It's our third day in Kyoto, and we're heading back to the Arashiyama district. The showers that we've had over the last few days have finally turned into a steady rain. We have about an hour and a half to fill before our Sagano Romantic Train. With a quick Google search, we come across the Kyoto Arashiyama Music Box Museum. This was a real find, with a great collection of both old and new elaborate music boxes. These three are automatons, and through their clockwork mechanisms can draw elaborate pictures. Well, it's time to check in for our scenic train ride. The station here has a collection of some old locomotives that were interesting to take a quick look at. Unfortunately, as we were checking in, they told us that due to the weather, all the raft trips have been canceled. So after our 30-minute Sagano Romantic Train ride, we'll take a regular train back into town. Back in town, while we were changing trains, we saw this amusement arcade across the street. Having some free time, we decided to check it out. The arcade wasn't very crowded, being a Monday afternoon. A lot of the games were simple claw machines, with prizes ranging from stuffed animals to something as simple as a cup of noodle. While we were wandering around, Marianne found a token on the floor, but we never did find out how to use it. On the first floor, there were a lot of food stores, and one of the first things we saw was a Kentucky Fried Chicken, with Colonel Sanders dressed up like Santa Claus. In Japan, Christmas dinner usually means a big bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. We were told it got started in 1974, with an ad campaign dressing Colonel Sanders up like Santa Claus. Well, we're heading over to the Ponchacho area, mainly known for their restaurants, but it's still early, and everything seems to be pretty much closed. We decided to walk a little way outside of the main tourist area, and we came across this restaurant serving shabu-shabu. We decided on the all-you-can-eat premium beef option. The caveat here is that the all-you-can-eat option comes with a time limit. Because it was still lunch, we were only given 1 hour. Shabu-shabu is a hot pot dish of thinly sliced meats and vegetables, where you cook it yourself in a savory broth. The name shabu-shabu comes from the Japanese meaning swish swish, describing the sound of the ingredients while you're cooking them. We finished our evening shopping at the crazy discount store Don Quixote, where we ended up buying some snacks, plum wine, and a couple of bottles of sake, including a delicious apricot one, before heading back to the hotel. We start off today visiting the Fushimi Inari Shrine. This is a Shinto shrine known for its thousands of torii gates. This shrine is dedicated to Inari, the Shinto god of rice, with foxes thought to be Inari's messengers. The thousands of torii gates along the trail are donations from individuals and companies, and on the back of each of them is the donor's name and date they were donated. After leaving the Fushimi Inari Shrine, we're on a train toward the city of Nara, where we plan to spend the day in the extensive Nara Park. Besides its temples, shrines, and museums, the park is known for its large population of friendly deer. There are a number of signs warning you that these are wild animals, and they're not totally to be trusted. There are a number of people feeding them rice cakes. But where we got off the bus that took us from the train station into the park, we didn't see where we could buy the crackers. So we continued our walk up to the Kasuga Taisha Shrine. The shrine is known for its many lanterns, but they're only lit twice a year during the lantern festivals. There are 3,000 lanterns here, symbolic of the 3,000 Kasuga shrines spread throughout Japan. Each lantern is donated by a citizen to show thanks and support to the shrine. Writing on each lantern shows which deity the lantern is donated to, or like the torii gates in the Fushimi Inari Shrine, the person's name that donated the lantern. One of the other smaller shrines nestled in the woods was the Wakamiya Shrine, which had this interesting painted screen on display. While there, we did find an old lady selling the cookies for the deer, 10 for 200 yen, about $1.30. As she was telling us to make sure we broke them into smaller pieces, we were soon surrounded by deer. These are Sika deer, also known as Japanese deer, and have been protected here for over 1,000 years, giving them a unique genetic lineage due to the protections they have received from the nearby shrines. In the distance, we were hearing a strange noise. We finally figured it out. It must have been rutting season, and those were the males' calls. Over the many years, the deer have learned to bow their heads to ask for the crackers, but they did get to be a little bit bothersome and pesty.
Do it some more.
Do it some more. Okay. Just because you're in a cute place. We did make a short visit into the Manyo Botanical Gardens. It was a bit of a disappointment compared to the number of beautiful free gardens we had seen so far on the trip. but it seemed like a lot of these gardens just weren't at their peak, with nothing in bloom. Catching a bus back into town, we wandered around Nara for a little bit, finding a nice little place for dinner, before heading back into Kyoto that night. It's our last day in Kyoto, and after breakfast we check out of our hotel, before taking a combination of trains and buses to get to the Philosopher's Path. Our stroll begins with a visit to the Silver Pavilion, a Zen temple nestled among the hillside. And no, it's not made of silver, but it does have this unique sand garden, called Sea of Silver Sand, and that sand cone is called the Moon Viewing Platform. Overall, the gardens here are some of the best that we've seen. The path continues up the hillside, giving you some nice forested views of Kyoto. As we continued along the Philosopher's Path, we came across a number of small temples, plus some interesting people along the way. This man was making small boats out of flowers. You were supposed to throw them into the water, and if they landed upright, that was good fortune.
Oh.
If it floats, it's a good thing.
It's good luck. If it's upside down, it's bad luck.
So,
Okay.
you like happy.
I guess I should have had a movie.
Oh!
今のリハーサル、once more。ここもう一度してくれ。もっとロング。
Yeah.
もっとロング。スロードロップ。
ありがとうございます。
はい。No.
No.
Good play. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he said throwing it's not good.
Oh, throw! I thought he was trying
it.
to throw
Just
it.
drop
Okay.
it.
でもあれ
Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu.
このテンプルも。
Our last stop is the Eikando Temple, known for its abundance of maple trees, giving it vibrant fall colors. We finish off our morning stroll walking through the twisted tunnel before making our way to the Kyoto train station, with enough time to enjoy a leisurely lunch before boarding our Shinkansen to Hiroshima.